What's good, Goof Tubers? It's your boy D, aka Moh'Fuggah, back again with some more Bullet Force action. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back for some more Bullet Force dose. I hope everybody's doing good. So let's go ahead and jump right into this video. As you guys can tell by the title, I'm going to do a little review, like a brief review of MK11. This is the brand new gun that they dropped in the recent update. I happened to purchase it, so I was like, you know what, might as well do a review for you guys and tell you guys how I feel about this weapon. So let's go ahead and jump right into it already. The gameplay that you guys are watching took place in Zen map. I was using MK11, as you guys can see. The perks that I was using were Rapid Heal, Trigger Finger, FMJ, Super Strafe, and Rapid Draw. I had Suppressor equipped, as you guys can see, just in case MK11 wasn't douchey enough, and I can, just easily go ahead and, flank my enemies. And I had Coyote sight equipped as well, just to see clearly. That's that. That was that about the perks. Let's move on to the review real quick. So we'll start with the stats first, go over the stats a little bit, talk about the stats a little bit, then move on to the conclusion part and tell you guys how I feel about this weapon. Let's start with the damage. This is a one strong ass weapon. It's one strong ass weapon. It has very high damage and can easily drop your opponents within like 2 freaking shots. Easily 2 shots for short to mid-range gunfights. If you're at a distance or at a long range, 3 shots, maximum 3 shots killed. Like I said, it has very high damage and can easily drop your opponents within 2 to 3 shots, depending on the body parts you're shooting at, your distance, and how good your connection is. So not more than 2 to 3. You guys will see. I only got like maybe 2 or 3 hit markers, and that's it. It will drop my freaking opponent. So that was that about the damage. Accuracy of this weapon is amazingly high, which makes it that much easier to use at long range distances. So definitely 1+ over there. Definitely like the accuracy part of it. Hip fire is pretty mediocre. Not a big fan of hip firing this weapon because I'm a rusher. I like to rush most of the time, and I was rushing with this weapon as well, and there's been multiple occasions where I was in a close range or short distance gunfights where I did not have the opportunity to aim down the sight real quick, so I had to go with the hip firing this weapon, and hip fire spread was so unpredictable that I could not got it down, and I happened to lose those gunfights. You know what I mean? So hip fire is something that can definitely take some love, because the hip fire spread is so unpredictable that it's just hard for hip firing this weapon. It's very, very, very hard to hip fire this weapon. I mean, you still can, but you just gotta spray and pray. You just cannot predict the hip fire spread of this weapon. So hip fire is something that can definitely take some love. Let's move on to the stability. I chuckled a little bit because stability of this weapon is horrendous. It has 0 stability, which means it's that much harder to control the recoil. The recoil of this weapon is something that you guys really need to work on to get used to. I'm going to share a little clip with you guys to basically show you guys how the recoil pattern works, so you guys can get like a general idea what you guys need to do in order to control the recoil and stuff like that. So keep in mind, in this clip I was not holding down the move pad. I was just pressing the fire button, aiming down the sight the first time, and then just hip firing the second time, so you guys can get like a general idea how the recoil works. So as you guys can see, if I just aim down the sight and just hit the fire button, it just goes vertically, so it has a vertical recoil. And then if just hip fire, it still goes vertically, but like has a little unpredictable spread, which is sometimes can be very hard to control. So that's how the recoil pattern works. And as you guys can tell easily that if you basically aim down the sight, the spread is more tighter and more accurate. So that was the recoil pattern and the recoil and stability. Let's move on to the range. Range of this weapon is again amazing. It's freaking awesome. You can't really complain about the range at all. This weapon is definitely going to get you kills at long range as well. Like I said, it can take 3 bullets maybe, but it will definitely get you kills at long range. But if you ask me, this weapon is going to shine the most in mid-range gunfights. You guys are going to see me in this video as well that I am basically like shredding through my players at mid ranges. You know, this weapon shines in freaking mid ranges. It's freaking awesome. Can't really believe how strong this fucking weapon is. So those were the stats of this weapon, you know, and a little brief review to basically let you guys know how the, you know, stats looks like and stuff like that. So let's move on to the conclusion part of it and tell you guys how I really feel about this weapon. And I'm gonna say it in one word or two alphabets, or I take that back, actually 2 words. If you, never mind, that will be overpowered. It's a 1 overpowered weapon. That's right, this is a 1 strong ass weapon, and it's definitely needs some nerfing. I don't want to say it's in a dire need of a nerf, because I'm not seeing a whole lot of people using it as of right now, because it's just available for like an early access. But if they kept the stats as is, and they basically, you know, allow people to purchase the usual money, the regular money, this is going to be the weapon. This is going to be the ultimate weapon for all the campers. This is going to be this weapon is going to be a wet dream for all the campers. With 30 freaking bullets per clip, they can spam the living crap out of this weapon and annoy the living crap out of other players. You know, because, you know, the range is amazing, the accuracy is amazing, and they can easily, you know, pack down the recoil. So this is going to be like an ultimate weapon for freaking, you know, campers, and that's something that can really hurt this game, because that can be really annoying. So what I would like to see, some damage nerf, a little bit, not a whole lot, just a little bit. Accuracy can be nerfed a little bit, just a tad bit, but then they can improve, or, you know, bump up the hip fire a little bit, so it's somewhat easier to hip fire this weapon in, you know, in close quarter, you know, gunfights and stuff like that, you know. So that can be done. Stability is doable, you know, it's fine with me. I can, you know, I have grasped this weapon a little bit, so I can, you know, easily control it. But I will still like to see some buff in the stability. It definitely needs some like slight buff in the stability, because it's definitely going to be a little bit harder for some of the players I can see to, you know, even use this weapon at you know, mid-range gunfights and stuff like that. And range can also be nerfed if they want to nerf a damage a little bit and still keep the same range. It's still not going to work. They need to nerf their range as well. So these were the few changes that I would like to see for this gun. You know, some buffs and nerfs here and there. Decrease the weapon a little bit, you know, increase the hip fire, decrease accuracy. Accuracy is fine. I'm fine with the accuracy part, but they can decrease the range and increase the stability a tad bit, so it's somewhat easier for you know, average Joe out there. And if these buffs and nerfs are done correctly, I can tell you guys right now that this weapon is going to be more of a rusher's weapon. You know, they can basically rush and just shred through the players easily. This is going to be an awesome fucking weapon when it's officially, you know, gets its final nerfs and buffs and stuff like that. So these were the few things I wanted to talk about this gun. You know, like I said, it's an ultimate weapon for all the campers, but definitely needs some, you know, nerfs and buffs here and there. And once it's done correctly, this weapon can definitely do amazing for all the people, for all the players, your campers and rushers. Everybody can basically use it if they just do some proper balancing for this weapon. Alright, so with that being said, that's basically it in this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this brief review. You know, hope you guys liked what I had to say. If you did not, or think I have missed something, definitely comment in the comment section below and let me know. But with that being said, that's basically it in this video, guys. You know, you guys know the drill. Definitely hit a comment anyways, subscribe, share, like, and I will see you guys next time. Peace, motherfuckers. Yeah.